Tonight we're going to do a review of this guy here, the McFarlane Superman Unchained, Unchained armor. So we're going to take a little dive and look into that. So, and some of you may be familiar with Superman Unchained comic book series. I believe it was in the summer of, I want to say 2013, 2014. We've got, let's see, I've got some artwork here we could show you. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, Scott Snyder, Jim Lee. This is the series, the comic book cover. Super cool series. You know, some of the storyline was a little bit lacking, but you know, we'll dive into that here. Again, this is from the Superman Unchained. I keep say Unchained comic book line. Back in I believe it was June 2013. I think is when it got started. Maybe 2014. Ran for that summer. Interesting artwork. Of course, if Jim Lee's doing it, it's going to be some sweet stuff. So the story is Superman in the Unchained series. We see that big revelation that there's a superhero or a superhuman or some alien that's stronger than Superman that's been around for like 75 years. And you know, this whole storyline was to commemorate the 75 years of Superman. And come to find out, General Lane, you know, Lois's dad, has been working with him the whole time. They've been developing these mechanisms and all this stuff for these mechanics, or not, excuse me, these machines that can take down Superman. Long story short, hey, what's going on? Yeah, it is a cool cover. You're right, Ricardo. I mean, that's just some really. In fact, I think I had. Did I have the blue line Superman that was in my collection that you bought off of me, man, at one of our sales? That was a sweet figure, and I've got the new 52 over there as well. I'll have to get him out here in a minute. I'll show him off a bit. But yeah, so General Lane had Superman pinned down with these machines that could take out Superman, and then up shows this new and improved, well, not new and improved, this guy's been around for 75 years. In fact, they revealed that, you know, back in the 40s, America only had one atom bomb, and then the second one was actually this other alien known as Wraith. So there's a Wraith, again, some of Jim Lee's work. So this is, you know, who Superman's essentially going up against, as well as this terrorist group called Ascension in Superman Unchained, that storyline, or Unchained, that storyline. So he fights Wraith and all those different things. Eventually, Wraith is kind of out of commission for a little while, but Superman's got to fight against these mechs, or these machines that Wraith has helped develop over the years, over these 75 years. And in order to do that, he's got to get in this armor that he creates from this alien, all the different alien technology he's collected over the years. So it gives you a shot of that. So that's what we're going to be kind of looking at tonight as we look at this figure. So it's really cool aspect when you think about Superman. You know, a lot of times when we think Superman, we don't want to think, okay, he doesn't need armor, he's Superman. But I mean, according to this storyline, they were getting the best of him. So tonight we're going to look at it, check it out. So without any further ado, let's pop this guy open. All right, and you know, these McFarlane figures are pretty cool. I got, you may have saw our other toy review. If you haven't, I encourage you to look at it. The regular Superman from Action Comics 1000 has commemorated that. I'd really like to get the Batman, maybe the Bat car. I don't know what it's called. It's kind of some unique thing. They've got several in this series. Let's see if I can pull it up. Some of the different characters that you can see. I'd really like to get the whole Bat line, except for the Batman Who Laughs. I'm not a big fan of that. But of course the Superman, Hellbat, Batgirl, Nightwing, Batman. Not a big fan of the animated side. I know some of you may be, so that's cool. That's totally up to you. But let's look at this one. So usually what I do, whether I'm, you know, opening Black Series or whatever I'm doing, I'm going to open it from the bottom. And I know different deals, people have their different approaches to it. So I'm just going to do that. I'll give you an idea of the back here of this guy. So here's how he's packaged here. I see something right out of the gate that's interesting that we'll talk about. So just pop this guy out of here. Here we go. Let's see. Nothing like opening toys, man. It's like Christmas. Alright, set the box over there. So it looks like he's got like let's see, he just comes out pretty easy. But so packaged in there. It looks like he's got a stand, a little black stand. I assume these are his wings still, and then there's a card. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this part first, just give you an idea of what these are. This will be real complicated, you know, child-proof stuff here. Well, there we go. It's an opener. I know we got some guys that are already tuned out. There's like, no way, man. We're not gonna watch this stuff. You're gonna open your toys. That's it. They're toys. They're meant to be played with. Granted, there's certain pieces that I would keep closed up. So, stand's got a little DC on it. I don't know if you how well you can see that. There you go. Doesn't look too complex. We'll see how useful it is. Alright. We got, let's see here. How do we get these guys out? Nothing like the sound of plastic here. Alright. Oh, there's a piece of tape. This piece of tape off. There's one wing. One wing. Alright. Two wings. I feel like I'm trying to sell something. I'm not selling it. Just showing it off. Oh, it comes with a commemorative card, just like the other Superman did from the Action Comics 1000. So the Superman Unchained card. So that's that image we showed you a while ago. It's right from the comic line. So really cool piece. Got a little data file on the back. It talks about, man, I'm getting old. So it talks about Wraith, yeah, and all that stuff. And yeah, oh yeah. So that's the thing. If you don't know the story, you know, Wraith gets into the Batcave and is really giving Batman and Wonder Woman the what have, taking it to him. So, all right, kind of neat little background. If we didn't tear that up, that'd be, you know, cool little display piece there. All right, let's get after this guy. Looks like he's got kind of a line here across his belt or across his waist we can get to. So let's get him out of here. I want to cut him up, but I mean the gloss, like the shine on him is pretty cool. Always cut away from yourself, Lucas. Jeez, put my eye out right here live. So who would call the ambulance for me to help me out? So, all right, so we're gonna get him out. Dude, this is a serious figure. It's got a lot of. Sorry, I know that's a terrible sound. There we go. Dude, this guy's a beast. Look at this. Look at the shine on him. Let's see if I can get a light over here. Really see how he shines. Whew. I don't know how well that does. A little gloss to him there. It's pretty cool. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see how these things go on his back. Let's see. Assume they just shoot right in there. Yep. They do. Alright, I'm hoping I'm doing this the right way. Let's see if they've got some way to help us see. No, they don't. You know, I really don't see these on the comic book design, these wing look things, but maybe they're there. So, alright. Wow. Check this guy out. Let's see if he stands on a stand before we kind of talk about his different pieces. Well, he doesn't really, I mean, his feet are kind of bigger than the stand. Kind of, so. Oh, he's coming off. Let's see if he stands up here. There he is. Superman Unchained Armor. Coming to a theater near you. Oh, that'd be a cool movie, but I was having a hard time staying there. Well, let's talk about him. Alright, we'll see. Legs are, whoa, we can do the splits. I think most of these McFarlane guys can do the splits. I don't know. Doesn't have too much movement. It's got the foot action there. Alright, tell that. Got that toe joint, I guess. Ankles aren't going anywhere because he's got his metal guards there. A good bending knee here. Multiple articulation there. I guess that the way that joint is. You can see that. Look forward to getting a good pose of this guy and posting that later. Let's see the arm. Ooh, his wrist moves good. Now, one of the things I noticed here as it was in the package is he's got, I don't know if you can tell, he doesn't have fists, but he's got hands where you can put like accessories, but there's no accessories. But if you'll notice on the image from the comic, he's got and in the comic he's got a shield and like an axe or a sword type deal. That would have been so cool if they had packaged that with it. So, what's up, Brian? If they had packaged that with it. But yeah, I mean, this is a really cool figure. I mean, it's cumbersome. I can't wait to put him over there on the Superman. It looks almost like a Superman samurai, or maybe even dare I say it, Superman meets Power Ranger. Ugh. I don't know. Maybe some of you are excited about that. Head's got some good movement to it. Look at this guy, man. He's pretty cool. Yeah, I like this, man. You know, of course, you can't go wrong with the red and blue. So I guess these can come up here like so. He's in flight, I guess. I don't know. Why would he need that to fly? He's Superman. Again, Superman in the armor situation. But, you know, according to the comic, he was getting his butt handed to him, if you will, from the mechs. And Wraith was just taking it to him. Eventually, he does get the best of Wraith. Well, actually, in the end, I hate to be a spoiler here, but in the end, Wraith kind of comes around and saves the day. And ends his life in order to save the Earth, as Wraith's people are about to, or his folks are about to take over Earth. So let's see if we can get him to stay on the stand here. So come on, big guy. He is just a big, heavy figure. I mean, you probably have to work with this guy a bit to bend that knee. You know how that is when you gotta try. Sometimes you gotta bend the knee to get him to stand right. And I've got stormtroopers. The Black Series stormtroopers are that way. Where you have to really work with those guys to get them to stand up. So there we go. Nope, he's wanting to kick on us. Don't kick away. Don't kick away. All right, we'll get him right here. All right. So I'm going to get my new 52 Superman and just kind of point of comparison. So, you know, this is obviously the one in the Unchained armor. And then, let's see, in a comparison, this guy, he's got a little wear on him. So I guess we go from here to here. I've seen where there's been a few people online that have taken off the armored head and put on the regular Superman head. I think that'd be so cool. So, interesting way to pull that off for sure. So, Japanese style. Yeah, that's right, Ricardo. Sorry, man. I just now saw your comment. It is. You're right. I don't know if that's what they were going for in the Unchained comic book series. So, but there he is. Whoop! There goes New 52. But there he is. Really have to work with him. I'll have to see what kind of pose we can come up with. I'll shoot an image up there so you guys can check it out. But I would encourage you, if you're a Superman fan, which I know Ricardo you are, and I know there's others out there, it's a really cool figure to add to your collection. You know, kind of again flipping back over, they've got the one there in the middle, the Superman Action Comics 1000. I have that in the collection. You can check out our other toy review if you want to take a peek at that and how mobile and everything that is. I really would love to get the rest of those Batman, except for the Batman Laughs. I'm a big fan of that one, so we'll see. So again, just kind of give you another point of perspective here. Got this guy here, and that's who we're aiming at with our figure. So maybe not exactly accurate, but pretty close. I mean, I'd love to have seen those weapons in his hands. Yeah, I agree. Great figure. I'd love to see those weapons in his hands. That would, you know, kind of sold it even ever more so. So that's kind of what we're gonna do tonight. I know it wasn't long, but just to give you a glimpse of, hey, there's toys.